All right, guys. Been one of those days. It seems like everything happening right before my updates. So, anyway, done with that. Time to wrap it up, guys. It is Tuesday, August 5th, and so far we're not seeing a lot of strength. We're not seeing a lot of weakness either, just kind of holding on and kind of flopping around. I was getting a little bit optimistic here for a second when they run into the mean. But as I said earlier on, we're looking for a potential short setup for rotation back down again. And I did take a couple of trades on the Nasdaq. I'll show you that in a second. But it's at this point, it so far it hasn't turned into a sell-off by any means. It's just kind of flopping around here. So I would just say we are pretty much in the range right now. So no follow through on the downside, no rally to the upside. And if you look at the bigger picture, we are okay. We backed off pretty hard from the high back to a low, and we're pretty much in the middle of that range now. So I would just start off range bound. I would watch this lower edge, the 63.15s. If that comes out, I think we may have a shot at a lot more weakness. If this can hold above the 63.50s, I think we have a shot at maybe running a little bit higher. So right there in a kind of a decision point where we'll see what side of the market they're going to go on here. So that's kind of where we're at. The news we have for tomorrow morning though, it's pretty light. We have like an oil report at 10:30, 10-year auction, and that's it. So pretty light news day coming up tomorrow. So we'll see how the market's kind of going to feel about this whole thing. But at this point, maybe to get started, I would look for early weakness to see if you can retest these lows given the B distribution here on the trading day. So maybe look for that early weakness. But unless they take out the 63.10 or the 15s here, I would just stay range bound. If they take them out, I would start thinking short chart of the market and see how far they can retrace it. So that's the ES to get started in the overnight. Um, Looking at our NASDAQ and the bonds, and here are a couple of trades I took on the NASDAQ. Um, as I said, I wanted to try to get short, and I tried one trade up here, a little bit aggressive, and ended up getting caught in that thing, got stopped out, so I was down 50 on that trade. Then I tried another trade here, a short trade, and I ended up getting caught in that. Just did run up, I had to repair it once, and I figured like shit, I get caught again and running up to the mean. So I got out of it too early. And now you can see what happens after that. So thought process right, execution kind of sucky, and I just left this whole thing on the table. Given that if I gave him that 9, 10, 15 seconds more, I would have been in this move to the downside. So very frustrating, but you know how it goes. So I'm down 36 now on three contracts. I could have had a beautiful trade going there, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. Can't complain. You should get out early. So, but I did not like the action. I started getting in. I figured that it looked pretty good, and then you started seeing this grinding motion because I already got stuck in the trade before, so I was a little bit gun shy about it. I figured like shit, they're gonna grind me higher, and so that's why I got out of it. But turned out I was spot on that entry, but just too early getting out. Frustrating. Anyway, so we'll see where they're going to go. Still, Nasdaq not taking out the lows just yet, but they're down here at the 130s, flirting with it. So they're borderline leaning towards the short side of this. So Nasdaq is the one which potentially could lead us lower if they show more weakness. But I would start off range bound, same as the ES. I would look for that early weakness to see if they can run below that 23,000. And if that starts happening, yeah, then we are back on the short side here. So we'll see if this turns out to be something or they're going to be able to hold the line and we're going to see further weakness. Chances are, to be honest, we may see further weakness, but we'll see. It's so many different things, cross currents going on that we may very well see things change on a dime. Bond market just not doing anything. That to the upside, kind of holding on to where we left it. So I would say range bound on the bond market. If anything, I would lean towards the long side, see if they can run it a little bit higher. So the bond market is ready, almost poised to keep going here. The tractor is up here at 117. It looks to me like the reverse retest held and they are kind of back up again. Not by any means in a big stretch, but to the upside. So I would stay on the long side at least to get started. Then finally, oil and gold. On oil and gold, gold is just range bound, but to the upside. And as long as they hold above this area, as long as they hold above this 34.20s, I would stay on the long side. So I would look to buy against the 34.30s and the 34.20s for rotations back up at this point. See how far they can take it. And if they keep going, just stay on the long side of that. So looks like gold is ready to move higher, trying to at least. And oil, just kind of has been in a range around 65. Watch these lower edges. If they're going to get ready to take a leg lower, watch these lower support areas. I would look to buy against them to get started, but if they take out that 64, bets are off. We are heading lower at that point. So that's oil. I would start off range band. I would look for early weakness, but pretty much still looking to buy against these lower support areas until I see some convincingly them taking it out with a bit of conviction. So. Back to the ES again. So yes, two trades, three contracts on the Nasdaq, and that's kind of down a little bit on that one. We'll see. Probably a little bit late to make that up right now today, but tried one short trade, though it's a little bit early. Tried another short trade. Beautiful setup. I got a little bit anxious to get out too early on that one since I had to fade some heat, and that's it's you get caught in the market with it's like slowly grinding to the upside like that. That kind of plays some tricks on your mind there. But anyway, we'll leave it there. So, I'll see you guys back bright and early in the morning, and we'll take it from there. So, you have a good evening. Later.